mengislamkan ribuan warga muslim di Amerika, Masya Allah. Dan beliau juga memiliki ratusan kampus. Siapa dia?
Assalamualaikum teman-teman Cerita Untungs. Dr. Abu Aminah Bilal Philips atau biasa dipanggil Syekh Bilal Philips merupakan sosok cendekiawan Islam dari Kanada. Lahir dari keluarga yang taat non-Islam hingga beliau menemukan Islam.
Yeah, my parents were Christians.
Oh, Christians.
Yeah, in Jamaica. And they practiced nominal Christianity. You say in name. You know, they were not fervent believers who were propagating Christianity.
Syekh Bilal Philips masuk dalam 50 orang dari 500 orang berpengaruh di dunia dalam perkembangan Islam. Makin penasaran dengan kisahnya? Yuk saksikan kisah lengkapnya hanya di Cerita Untungs.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kita bertemu dengan Dr. Bilal Philips. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wow, it's an honor to be here with you. Barakallahu fikum. Masya Allah.
My pleasure to share the moment.
Wow, Masya Allah. Is it the first time for you to be in Indonesia?
No.
How many times?
Less than 10.
Less than 10. Oh, it means a lot, yeah?
I've been a few times.
Been a few times. So, how do you find Indonesia so far?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. That's why I'm back.
Oh, I thought you were Mike Tyson when the first time I met you.
Everybody tells me that. You look like Mike Tyson. Wow.
MashaAllah.
It's recent. I don't know whether he's changed his look or something that makes, because I never heard it before.
Oh yeah.
But it's in the last, I think, 2 years. I don't know how many people have told me, you look like Mike Tyson.
You are.
Okay.
MashaAllah.
Sure.
And then there are so many inspiring information that I got, that so many inspiring people that many Muslims following YouTube or probably in social media, like Sheikh Yusuf Estes, probably Noman Ali Khan, they were inspired by your books. That's quite interesting. But before we get to that, I heard that you were a revert a long time back.
1972.
1972.
Before you were born.
Before I was born, mashallah. How old was that when you?
I was 25.
25. Oh, mashallah. So you look younger than you look a lot younger than your age.
Well,
I want to know the recipe after this.
Inshallah.
So, were you raised from a Muslim family or non-Muslim family or community before?
Yeah, my parents were Christians.
Oh, Christians.
Yeah, in Jamaica. And they practiced nominal Christianity. You say in name. You know, they were not fervent believers who were propagating Christianity. They just, that's the culture they grew up in. That's how they were.
Oh.
So, as children, followed our parents. But I can't really say that I believed, you know, Jesus was God. I can't say I believed that. Maybe I had to say it, but I can't say that I believed it.
That's all you know from your kids, right? I mean, that's the information that you got from your kids about it.
Yeah, not really, you know, growing up, I mean, just went to church on Sunday and, you know, as everybody else did.
Oh.
You had Sunday best, you'd put on your Sunday clothes and go to the church.
I go to church.
Put some money in the plate and wonder, could I keep this money?
Inshallah. So how is the growth of Muslim when back then in Jamaica? Is it many Muslim or minority?
No, I suspect there weren't any.
How much was it?
I suspect there weren't any Muslims there.
There weren't any Muslims. So how do you find Islam?
I found Islam in Canada.
Oh, you were in Canada?
Yeah, my parents migrated to Canada and studied in University of Toronto. And I accepted Islam there.
Oh, mashallah.
But that's a whole story.
Yeah.
Found on YouTube.
Oh, mashallah. I will watch it.
My way to Islam.
So, The question is, why do you choose Islam? Why Islam?
Simply, I read a book while I was searching. I had gone from Christianity to communism. I had become a communist.
You were?
Yeah. I had even applied to go to China to study, you know,
Communism?
revolutionarism.
Oh, really?
You know, I was keen to get involved in the revolution.
Oh, mashallah.
But suffice to say that I read a book by Muhammad Qutb, Dr. Muhammad Qutb. He's the brother of Sayyid Qutb. He's a martyr who was hung to death in Egypt. So, which he called Islam, the misunderstood religion.
What do you mean by misunderstood?
What he explained in the book was the true teachings of Islam, while pointing out the false impressions and understandings that people have about it. You know, actually in Arabic the title is called Shubahat Hawl al-Islam, doubts about Islam, around Islam. And what he did was he compared communism, capitalism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, as many as you can think of isms that are out there. He compared them in terms of their teachings, good and bad. And at the end of the comparison, what he showed was that in all of these various isms, there was good. There was good in them. There were good points. All of them had good points, right?
Different angle, yeah?
And all of those good points were in Islam.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he went and he pointed out all the bad points. And then when he came to Islam, he showed that all of these bad points are missing from Islam.
MashaAllah.
So I said, that's it. I'm convinced. It was enough for me.
So the first reason, to be honest, the first reason you read that book is for comparing the religion.
Yeah, I was looking for another way, because I had been a communist by that time for about 3 years. And I felt there was issues in communism. You know, it wasn't able to compete with capitalism. And if it was supposed to be the best way for humankind, then why are the capitalists able to beat them out in virtually everything? You know? So that raised a big doubt in my mind. And then also when I read about, the slaughters that took place under Stalin and others, it made me doubt.
So there is no ism that can survive more than 100 years, right? So it's only Islam that can survive this 1,400 years, mashallah. So you're being convinced to Islam by a book, not by somebody.
No, people talk to me. People were talking to me, some draft dodgers from the US who had become Muslims in the US and had come up to Canada. Some of them were talking to me. Among them, in fact, the one who gave me Shahada is Dr. Abdullah Hakim Quick.
MashaAllah.
So he and others were talking to me about Islam, and about the good aspects of Islam, and how it's the best way for humankind.
No, mashallah.
So then among the books that I read some different books. Among them was this book, Islam, the Misunderstood Religion, and also another book by Maulana Maududi, I think, which was called This is Islam or something like this.
MashaAllah. And then after you read that book, give you some kind of it's building your trust about Islam at the first one. When you convert, when you revert and you say Shahada, how was your family reaction about that at that moment?
They were fine.
That's okay.
Yeah. My parents were okay with it. Because my parents already, they had an idea about Islam. When they were studying in university, they took a course in world religions, both of them. So they had a background, an idea about Islam, that Islam was a good religion. It had good ideas and so on and so forth. So they felt, positive towards Islam. In fact, they felt so positive that while we were living in Sabah, East Malaysia, they adopted an Indonesian boy who was Muslim.
Whoa. So the adopted son, the adopted boy is a Muslim, but they're not Muslim yet.
No, that's something else. Yeah, my parents did accept Islam, but not at that time.
Not at that time.
No, they raised him, protecting his Islam, because my mother used to get up in Ramadan, suhoor, prepare a meal for my brother.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, and if we ate pork, she would cook for him fish.
MashaAllah.
She made sure she didn't give him. And if on Sundays, because on Sundays we used to drink a little bit of wine, right? With the meal. So she would give him grape juice.
MashaAllah. And then,
so they were happy. I when I was a communist, I used to have these debates with my father, at the dinner table, and my mom, when I became a Muslim, it stopped. There was no more debates. So she was very happy I became a Muslim.
oh
In
yeah,
that sense, yeah. And my father was okay with it. He was fine. Yeah.
MashaAllah. So now they are Muslim.
Yeah, they became Muslims after, but from the time that I accepted Islam to the time that they accepted Islam was 21 years.
21 years, MashaAllah.
21 years later.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. And now I have the information that you are among the list of influencing Muslim influencer, 500 Muslim influencer around the world, and you're the number 50. So, what makes you be on that list, Amir, in your opinion?
I think basically it's because of the university which I set up, the International Open University. It's mainly because of that.
MashaAllah. And
also books. I wrote over 50 books,
MashaAllah.
published books on different topics.
Is there any Indonesian books?
Huh?
Is there any translated?
Some have been translated to Indonesian.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. The Evolution of Fiqh is translated into Indonesian.
Aduh, kita harus nyari nih, kayaknya bukunya luar biasa. Karena dari buku ini banyak sekali guru-guru para ustadz yang kemudian terinspirasi. And then ada juga Syekh Yusuf Estes tertarik buku dia, akhirnya dia bermualaf gitu kan. So like the information about that Syekh Yusuf Estes, find the hidayah firstly by reading your books, and send Noman Ali Khan as well. And in what?
No. Norman Ali Khan was a Muslim.
Already a Muslim.
Yeah, already a Muslim. But he used to read my books. In those days, back in the 90s, my books in terms of English, were the most popular books that explained Islam according to Quran and Sunnah. I also wrote a book on polygamy in Islam because of the fact that it's permitted in Islam, but there are rules, So on one hand, it was something of a defense of it in Islam, and on the other hand, it was outlining the rules so that people are clear if they decide to go into polygamy, what they are required to do and what they shouldn't do.
There are so many misunderstood about the polygamy.
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
So like that, so I chose topics which were current, especially for new Muslims in the West, and even born Muslims don't have this information. As such, the books became quite popular in the 90s and beyond.
There's the fact that probably is happening almost every country probably, that there's always a stereotyping about Muslims, or probably the wrong information, the wrong narration about Muslims. How is your opinion?